said that the session is on Vedic maths and faster calculation techniques. The agenda is very simple. We are going to learn some smarter methods of doing calculation like multiplication, finding squares, cubes, square root, cube root, subtraction, etc. mentally or with very less use of pen and paper. This will enable you to overcome your fear of numbers and improve your scores in mathematics and other aptitude centric examination, which you're going to eventually face at some point in time in your life. You'll be able to learn some unique calculation techniques that will help you to solve questions quickly and easily and increase your attempts and accuracy both in competitive examination. So, what you learn, we are going to learn some special techniques of multiplication of two numbers faster, finding out squares of numbers faster, cubes faster, and square root faster. So let's see how much we can cover in today's session. So to begin with, there are a couple of techniques which I'm going to mention, which have been given by Vedic mathematics. You can just go through it, which we can discuss in today's class. The smarter multiplication techniques that we are going to discuss are base method of multiplication, crisscross method of multiplication, multiplication of two numbers whose sum of the unit digit is 10 and the remaining numbers are same, multiplication of two numbers whose unit digit is 5 and the remaining numbers are same, multiplication of two numbers whose unit digit is 5 and the remaining numbers are consecutive numbers. These are some specific numbers. Then multiplication of numbers with 1 written once, twice, thrice, and so on. Similarly, 9 written once, twice, thrice, and so on. So all these calculations can be done within seconds in case you are well versed with certain techniques of Vedic mathematics that we are going to discuss. Then we are going to find squares of numbers from 26 to 125 without using pen and paper. We'll try to discuss it in today's session only. Squares of number ending with 5, with number ending with 25, number ending with 1, 9, and so on and so forth. Then there are some other techniques that we are going to do, which is finding out square root of perfect square, cube root of perfect square, and cubes of any number from 80 to 120. Now, enough of introduction. Let me straight go on to my techniques now. The very first technique is a multiplication technique, which I'm going to discuss, and this technique is called base method of multiplication. Now, it is a candid request to each one of you that please concentrate, because everything is interconnected. The moment you are lost, you'll not be able to understand subsequently. So the first method of multiplication, as I said, is a base method of multiplication. So let's try to understand what is base. So base is a number which is of the form of 10 to power n, which is, if you put the value of n as 1, it is nothing but 10, 100, 1000 or 10,000 or anything of this kind, right? Now, let's say in case I want to multiply 108 with 109. So the base that I would be taking, just one sec, let me be compatible with this. If I want to multiply 108 with 109, I'll be taking a base of 100, which is of the form of 10 square. Now, if I compare 108 with 100, I get a surplus of 8. And if I compare 109 with 100, I get a surplus of 9. So, there are two surpluses, which is 8 and 9. There is going to be two parts to your answer, left hand side and right hand side. Right hand side is nothing but multiplication of the surplus, which is nothing but 8 into 9. And left hand side is crisscross addition of 108 with 9 or 109 with 8. In both the cases, even if you add 108 with 9 or you add 109 with 8, you'll end up getting the same value, which is nothing but 117 on your left hand side and 72 on the right hand side. So the multiplication of this number, which is 108 with 109, comes out to be equal to 11772. That's it, as simple as that. So it's pretty simple. Let me explain this by taking another example. Let's say, I'm taking another example. Let's say I want to multiply 108 with 106. Now, the base that I would be taking will be nothing but 100, which is nothing but 10 square. Now, if I compare 108 with 100, I'll be getting a surplus of 8 here and a surplus of 6 here. So my right hand side will be nothing but multiplication of surplus, which is 8 into 6, and left hand side would be either 106 plus 8 or 108 plus 6, which will eventually give you nothing but 114 and 48. So your answer, this is the product of 108 with 106, comes out to be equal to 11448. I hope you're understanding this. Else, to make it more clear, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this in my PPT. I'm taking another example of 104 with 108 multiplication. So very first thing which you need to do is to decide a base, which in this case is 10 square, which is 100. When you compare 100 with 104, you end up getting a surplus of 4. And when you compare 108 with 100, you get a surplus of 8. So the right hand side will be 4 into 8, which is nothing but 32. And the left hand side will be 104 plus 8, which is nothing but 112. So your answer is 11232. I will recommend all of you to have a pen and a paper with you, because then only you will be able to practice, and maybe you will be able to note down all these techniques. Let me take you through another example in case this is not clear. Let's say if I want to multiply 107 with 109. So what you would be doing, you will be taking a base of 100, which is 10 square. When you compare 107 with 100, you will get a surplus of 7. When you compare 109 with 100, you get a surplus of 9. Right hand side is 7 into 9, which is multiplication of surplus, which is nothing but 63. Left hand side is crisscross addition of 107 with 9, which is nothing but 116. So your answer will come out to be 11663. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. In case you can write yes or no in the chat box, my coordinators will be able to help me whether you have understood this concept or not. Right? Let me take you through.
He has understood. They have understood. Pragya, Ankita, Ravi, they have understood.
There are plenty of yeses.
Very good, very good. So I'm very happy to see that you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Okay, very
Please
good.
proceed.
Now, fine. So let me take another example. Now, this is something interesting. Let me first explain you, and then I'll show you the PPT. Right. Let's say, now listen. Now, let's say there's a very important disclaimer in this. Let's say if I want to multiply 102 with 107, my base is 100, which is 10 square. So if I compare this, I'll be getting a surplus of 2 and a surplus of 7. So my right hand side is 7 into 2, 14, and left hand side is 102 plus 7, which is nothing but 109. So my strong recommendation is please avoid too much of writing. Like for example, in this case, I have not written that my right hand side is 7 into 2, 14. आप directly 14 लिखिए. ठीक है. और एक important चीज इस पे जो आपको ध्यान रखनी है, that when we are working on a base of 100, which is 10 square, the number of digits on the right hand side, this is the right hand side of an answer, the number of digits on the right hand side is equal to power of 10 in base. So my power of 10 in base is 2. So the number of digits on the right hand side has to be equal to 2. In case this is not 2, in case it comes out to be a single digit number, you will have to make it a 2-digit number by putting a 0 in front of it. And in case it's a 3-digit number, you will have to do a carry forward. I'll explain this by taking an example. Just give me 1 second. What I was trying to tell you is, let's say if I want to multiply 102 with 103. Now taking a base of 100, which is nothing but 10 square, you get a surplus of 2 and a surplus of 3. So my right hand side is nothing but 2 into 3, which is 6, and my left hand side is 102 plus 3, which is 105. Now your answer is not 1056, it's 10506. Why? Because the number of digits on the right hand side has to be equal to power of 10 in the base. So the power of 10 in the base is 2, so you'll have to make it a 2-digit number. Similarly, in case you would have got a 3-digit number, let's say if I want to multiply 112 with 111, 112 with 111, taking a base of 100, this is plus 12 and plus 11. Now right hand side is 11 into 12. What is 11 into 12? 132. And left hand side is 112 plus 11, which is nothing but 123. Now your answer is not 123132. You'll have to make it a 2-digit number, and this number will be carry forward, which will make it 12432. So the product of 112 with 111 will come out to be equal to 12432. I hope you're understanding this. Let me explain this to you by
one. Mr. Subankar is there. Subankar Satwatya writing 10506. Subankar Satwaya. After that, he corrects the answer to 12432. So the right answer is 12432. Okay.
Right. He's right. So both the answers is right. Fine. Okay. So let me take you through my presentation also in the meanwhile, in case there's some difficulty in understanding this. So what I was trying to tell you is, let's say, for example, if I take 112 with 113, taking a base of 100, the surplus that I'll be getting will be 12 and 13. So the right hand side will be 12 into 13, which is nothing but 156. And the left hand side will be 112 plus 13 or 113 plus 12, which is 125. Now, because you cannot have anything more than 2 digits, so this 1 will be carry forward. So your answer will is going to be 12656. This is something that you'll have to ensure, you'll have to keep in mind while doing this base method of multiplication. Similarly, let's say, let me take another example. Let's say in case you want to multiply 1005 with 1009. Now in this case, the base will be 10 cube, which is 1000. So the number of digits on the right hand side will be equal to 3. Now if you compare 1005 with 1000, you'll end up getting a surplus of 5. And in the second case, you'll be getting a surplus of 9. So two parts of your answer, left hand side and right hand side. Right hand side will be product of 5 into 9, which is 45. And left hand side will be 105 plus 9, which is 114. So you'll end up getting 101445. But as I've told you that when we are working on a base of 1000, the number of digits on the right hand side will be equal to 3. So to make 45 as a 3-digit number, you will have to put a 0 in front of it. So your answer will come out to be equal to 101405. I hope I am making sense. You can write your yes or no in the chat box so that I may understand whether you have understood this concept or not. Otherwise, I'll take you through another example. Let's say I want to multiply 101.
Yes, it is understandable. Yes, sir. It is clearly understandable.
Very good. Thank you so much. I'll take another example. 1015 with 109. So देखिए आपको कैसे सोचना है, ज़्यादा लिखना नहीं है. A surplus of 15 and a surplus of 9. So the right hand side is product of 15 into 9, which is nothing but 135. Left hand side is 1015 plus 9, which is nothing but 124. Now your answer is 1024135. Now please guys, please understand, this is very important. In this case, you are getting 135, but I am not going to do a carry forward of 1 from here. The reason why I am not going to do a carry forward of 1 from here, the reason being I am working on a base of 1000 wherein the power of 10 is 3. So I must have 3 digits on the right hand side. So in this case, your answer is simply 1024135. So carry forward तब करना होता अगर मेरा बेस 100 होता और मेरे को 2 digit retain करने होते, लेकिन in this case this is not required at all. Fine. Let me take you through one last example in this so that in case you have any query, then we can take it forward from here. Let's say I'm taking another example. Let's say if I want to multiply 10015 with 10012. In this case, my base is going to be 10,000, which is nothing but 10 to the power 4. So the number of digits on the right hand side will be equal to 4. Now, if I compare my numbers with 10015 with 10,000, I'll end up getting a surplus of 15 and a surplus of 12. So right hand side is 15 into 12. What is 15 into 12? 180. And left hand side is 10012 plus 15, which is 10027. But the number of digits on the right hand side has to be equal to 4. So I'll be putting a 0 in front of it. So my answer is going to be 100270180. So this is the product of 10015 with 10012. Fine. I hope by now you would have understood this concept. Now, one important observation is that you must have already observed that in this case, all the numbers that I was multiplying, both the numbers that are getting multiplied are more than my base. जैसे इस case में भी दोनों numbers base से बड़े थे. What if I take a case wherein one number is, both the numbers are less than my base? Let's say for example, अगर मेरे को 91 into 95 करना है. Fine. In this case, if I take the very first thing that I need to do is to take a base which is of the form of 10 to the power n. So my base in this case will again going to be 100. Now you again need to compare 91 with 100 and 95 with 100. But in this case, you will not be getting a surplus, but you will be getting a deficit because 91 is less than 100. So the deficit in the first case will be 91 minus 100, which is minus 9, and 95 minus 100, which is minus 5. Again, there is going to be two parts to your answer, left hand side and right hand side. Right hand side still is going to be the product of deficits, which is minus 9 into minus 5. Minus 9 into minus 5 is nothing but plus 45. And the left hand side is going to be subtraction, the crisscross subtraction, which is 91 minus 5. 91 minus 5 or 95 minus 9. In both the cases, you will end up getting the same value, which is nothing but 8645. Fine. In case you have not understood, let me use my digital pen to explain you this concept. Let's say, in case I want to multiply 93 with 88. Now taking a base of 100, which is 10 square, this is a deficit of 7 and this is a deficit of 12. Now my right hand side will be product of 12 with 7, which is...
Sir, Mahima is writing, it is crystal clear. It is crystal clear, sir.
Very good. That means either you are intelligent or I am able to explain you well. Mahima, thank you. Both the cases, it's good for me. So this is coming out to be 84. And the left hand side will be you subtract 7 from 88, which will come out to be equal to 81. So the product of 93 with 88 will come out to be 8184. Now let me take you forward. Let me take one more example. Thoda bada wala example le lete hain. Let's say I want to multiply 991 with 998. So guys, please keep on doing it on your own also. And those who have not been able to understand can look at the screen. Now, in this case, my base is going to be 1000, which is 10 cubed. So the number of digits on the right hand side will be equal to 3. This should come into your mind automatically. Now, when you compare 991 with 1000, you'll end up getting a deficit of 9. And in the second case, you'll be getting a deficit of 12. So the right hand side is going to be 12 into 9, which is nothing but 108. And left hand side is going to be 991 minus 12 or 988 minus 9, which is nothing but 979. Now, if I ask you whether you will be doing a carry forward of 1 on the left hand side, you can write yes or no. Let me see whether you are writing carry forward karna hai ya kya karna hai is case mein. Shall I do a carry forward of 1?
Yes, sir. Many people are writing yes, sir.
No, sir. They are wrong. You should not be doing a carry forward of 1 in this case because when... Let me explain this. That means it's not clear. What is
As
the
base is 1000, so it has 3 zeros, then it will not be.
Yes,
No, sir.
Yes.
No carry
No
forward.
carry forward. Because the base
No
is
carry forward.
1000,
No carry
so the
forward.
number of digits on the right hand side will be equal to 3 and you already have 3 digits here. So it's simply a case of appending left hand side with right hand side and this is your answer. As simple as that. I repeat. Let's say, for example, if I wanted to multiply 992 with 995, taking a base of 1000, which is 10 cube. In this case, my deficit is 8, and in this case, my deficit is 5. So my right hand side is nothing but 8 into 5, which is 40. And left hand side is if I subtract this from this, which is nothing but 987. But now, because I'm working on a base of 1000, which is 10 cube, I'll have to make this a 3-digit number by putting a 0 in front of it. So in this case, my answer will be 9870400. But in the previous case, I was already getting 108, which is a 3-digit number. So there was no need of doing any kind of carry forward in that case. I hope I have been able to make you clear in this. You can write yes or no for my understanding, or whether I need to take few other examples.
Yes, sir. Prani Sachan, yes, sir. Pragya Singh, yes, sir. Jaisnav, yes, sir. Many people, yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of people, yes.
Okay, so let me take you through my third case of base method of multiplication. In this case, I'm multiplying two numbers by using base method, in which one of the number is more than my base and second number is less than my base. Now this is interesting. Here and you'll have to apply some logic also. So let me take an example on my own. Let's say I want to multiply 108 with 93. Now taking a base of 100, which is 10 square, I get a surplus of 8 and a deficit of 7. So I'm not writing 8 into 7, that is very understood. 8 into 9, 8 into 7, you'll be getting a negative now. Negative now. Minus 56, you can write there. Now you subtract 7 from here or you add 8 till to here. You will end up getting 101. Now guys, your answer cannot be 101 minus 56, neither it can be into minus. Now somehow you need to make whatever is there on the right hand side as a positive identity. इसको आपको positive बनाना है. तो देखो आपका base क्या है 100 which is 10 square. Now when you'll have to do a carry forward of 1 unit from left to right. So when you do a carry forward of 1 unit from left to right, and when you're working on a base of 100, value of 1 on right hand side will be equal to 100. So 100 minus 56 will be nothing but 44. And as you have taken 1 from here, you will be left with 100 here. So your answer is 10044. I repeat, let's say for example, if I wanted to multiply 109 with 92. मैं आपको दोबारा समझा रहा हूं ताकि आपको अच्छी तरह समझ में आ जाए. Taking a base of 100, this is plus 9 and minus 8. Minus 8 into 9 is 72, minus 72. You add 1 to this, you'll end up getting 101. अब मेरे को ये नेगेटिव क्वांटिटी को पॉजिटिव बनाना है. जब मैं 1 यूनिट का कैरी फॉरवर्ड करता हूं और मेरा बेस 100 है, तो राइट हैंड साइड में उस 1 यूनिट की वैल्यू 1 नहीं होगी, 100 होगी. 100 minus 72 will give you 28. And as you have taken 1 from here, you will be left with 100 on the left hand side. So your answer will come out to be equal to 10028. Now let me also use my presentation to explain this in case this is not clear. Let's say I want to multiply 108 with 95. Taking a base of 100, there's a surplus of 8, then there's a deficit of 5. Right hand side will be 8 into 5, which is 40. And left hand side will be 108 minus 5, which is nothing but 103. Now you want to make this minus 40 as positive. So ये जो 103 है,
मैं उनसे मैं तुम्हें एक और लिंक कॉपी करके पेस्ट करके भेज रहा हूँ, जरा देखना जरा अगर कोई काम करे तो. आई हैव नो आइडिया ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है.
Sorry, there was some distraction. When you do a carry forward of 1 on the right hand side, this is 100 minus 40, which will be nothing but 60. And as you have taken 1 from 103, you will be left with 102. So your answer is 10260. Bhakti sir, can you ask them in case they have understood this concept, because this is important for them to know.
Okay, Sarita Chaurasia, Saik Suhail, Mahima Sharma, Devangsh and all. Have you understood? Jaishnav, Ishan, Divangshi, Aishwarya, Devangsh, they all write yes sir. Mahima, yes sir. Bidhi, Afnan, all yes sir. Shalini, yes sir.
Thank you.
Sir, please proceed. Please proceed further.
Thank you.
They have a question. Akshay, what's your question? After some time, question. Okay, no problem.
I can understand your question. मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ कि आप लोग के दिमाग में
Can you
क्या
please
आ रहा है.
explain 66 multiplied by 66 by this method?
Yes, I'll do this. Before I leave this session, I'll be able to do this. आप hold on this. I'll explain this. And guys, आप इसमें ना बहुत कॉन्सेप्ट है. आप ये सोच, आपके दिमाग में अगर ये आ रहा है कि what if the numbers are not close to a base? Let's say for example, अगर आपको 24 into 95 करना है, तो वो तो मैं बेस मेथड से नहीं कर पाऊंगा. तो सही है, आप मत करिए. So for that we have crisscross method of multiplication, which is also equally simple. I'll take this also subsequently. So don't worry, there are a lot of methods. There are at least 10 to 12 different methods which will help you to tackle all these things. In fact, आपको और भी टेंशन नहीं लेना है. अगर आपको 895 with 2 3 4 2 भी करना है, तो भी आप क्रिस क्रॉस मेथड से कर सकते हो in one single straight line. So we'll discuss all these things also. Let's see how much we are able to do today. But don't worry, we have solution for everything. Vedic maths, which is the ancient way of doing mathematics and calculations, has given you tricks for all these things. So don't worry, we'll handle all these things. Moving ahead, now this is for you. जो भी ये कर लेता है अपना आंसर बॉक्स में लिख लीजिएगा. 112 with 89. So in the meanwhile, I can also explain this. आपको पता ही है कि if you compare 112 with 100, you will get a surplus of 12. And in the second case, you'll be getting a deficit of 11. So the right hand side is going to be multiplication of 12 into 11 with a negative quantity, which is nothing but 132, minus 132. While left hand side will be 112 minus 11, which is nothing but 101. Now in order to make, अच्छा इसका आंसर बताओ मेरे को. In order to make the right hand side as positive, आप कितने यूनिट कैरी फॉरवर्ड करोगे? अगर आप एक यूनिट कैरी फॉरवर्ड करते हो राइट हैंड साइड में, तो आप 100 में से 132 माइनस करोगे. बट 100 minus 132 is again a negative quantity. So in this case, you'll have to do a carry forward of 2 units from the left to right. And value of 2 units will be 200. 200 minus 132 will give you nothing but 68. And as you have taken 2 from the left hand side, you will be left with 101 minus 2, which is nothing but 99. So your answer is 9968. Now this is very important. आपको क्या ध्यान रखना है कि जब मैं 1 unit right में carry forward कर रहा था, so that was not sufficient enough to make the right hand side of my quantity as positive. So that's the reason you did a carry forward of 2 units. Let me take another example. In case किसी का कुछ भी confusion है, तो मैं एक आपको let me do one for you. Listen now. So it is 112 with 88. Taking a base of 100, this is plus 12 and minus 12. Right hand side is minus 144. Left hand side is nothing but 100. अगर मैं 1 यूनिट यहाँ कैरी फॉरवर्ड करता तो 100 माइनस 144 तो नेगेटिव होता है, मेरे को तो यहाँ पॉजिटिव चाहिए, तो मैं 2 यूनिट का कैरी फॉरवर्ड करता हूँ. 2 unit means 200. 200 minus 144 is 56. As I have taken 2 from here, I'll be left with 98. Please write yes or no in the chat box for my clarity.
On the chat box, it says yes, and it also says yes, yes.
Okay. Let me
Yes,
take one more case.
completely clear. Completely clear.
Thank you so much. Let me take another case. Let's say, for example, I want to multiply.
There is one question. There is one question.
Yeah. The voice is breaking. Can you repeat? Hello?
Bases
The question is, sir, what is the importance of this method? As you say, we can do any calculation from crisp cross method. Question asked by Akshay Parihar. Over to you.
Akshay Parihar, see, when the numbers are close to base, this is a easier method because this is less time consuming as compared to crisscross method of multiplication. Crisscross method of multiplication is bit tedious as compared to this method. So you need to, your neurotransmitters have to be alert enough to know when to use crisscross and when to use base method. Actually, the problem is, because if you will be encountering this calculation technique for the first time, it is going to be a bit difficult for you to understand. But I'll tell you the significance, why I'm telling you a base method of multiplication, because this base method of multiplication will help you to find square of any number from 1 to 125 without using pen and paper. So good you asked me this question. So without wasting any time and without taking you through anything else, let me move on to this only. Chalo, good, Parihar. So now what I'm going to tell you is application of base method of multiplication.
Yeah, has given you a thanks, sir.
Very good. Thanks, Akshay. You have given me a direction too. Now what I'm going to tell you is why base method of multiplication, because it helps you to find square of any number from 1 to 125 without using pen and paper. The prerequisite is that you must remember squares of 1 to 25. That means square of 1 to 125 has to be there on your fingertips. Then I'm dividing into two parts, 25 to 75. तो इसमें जिस स्टूडेंट ने बोला था 66 का स्क्वायर वो यहाँ इंक्लूड हो जाएगा, एंड 76 to 125 इज अ थर्ड विंडो. तो मैंने इसको 3 कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड किया है, 1 to 25, 26 to 75 and 76 to 125. As I said, the prerequisite is that squares of number from 1 to 25 has to be there on your fingertips. Going by an assumption कि सबको 15 तक के स्क्वायर याद है, so I am writing 16 square से चालू कर रहा हूँ. 16 square 256, 17 square 289, 18 square 324, 19 square 361, 20 सबको मालूम है, 21 square 441, 22 square 484, 23 square 529, 24 square 576 and 25 सबको याद होगा 625. Now let me quickly take you through finding out square of any number from 76 to 125. मैं आपको यहां लेके आता हूं, तो मैं इस पे एक छोटा एग्जांपल ले रहा हूं. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मेरे को 104 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो अगर मैं, परिहार ध्यान से सुनना, अगर मैं 104 का स्क्वायर निकालता हूं तो मेरे को कहना है से कि मेरे को 104 को 104 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है बेस मेथड से, जिसमें मेरा बेस कितना है 100. तो मेरे को अगर मैं 100 को 104 से कंपेयर करता हूं, मेरे को यहां क्या मिलेगा 4. सिमिलरली यहां पे क्या मिलेगा +4. तो मेरा राइट हैंड साइड क्या होगा 4 into 4 16. मेरा लेफ्ट हैंड साइड क्या होगा 108. तो आपका आंसर क्या आ जाएगा 104 का होल स्क्वायर 10816. बट You must be wondering कि मैं तो बोल रहा था कि मैं आपको without using pen and paper कराऊंगा, इसमें तो बहुत writing हो गया. So let me generalize this for you now. Listen, guys. Now this is important for you to understand. I don't want to erase this. Okay, fine. तो देखो अब ध्यान से देखना, इस पूरे प्रोसेस में मैंने एक तो मेरा बेस है जो क्या है 100. Another important thing which I am going to do is that I am introducing a variable x. X is nothing but surplus or deficit when number is compared with 100. When number is compared with 100. तो जब आप 104 को 100 से कंपेयर करते हो, 104 को 100 से कंपेयर करते हो तो आपको सरप्लस मिलेगा. कितना सरप्लस मिलेगा? 4. तो आपका वैल्यू ऑफ x क्या है? 4. So now can you write 108 as 100 plus 2 into 4? Similarly, can you write 16 as 4 square? So that means this entire thing can be generalized to the form of, because b is nothing but 100, x is nothing but 4, so this is 2x, and this is nothing but x square. So a clear-cut formula that you can find, that you can directly use, is nothing but b plus 2x slash x square. So for finding out square of any number which is from 76 to 125, directly what you can use is b plus 2x slash x square. I'll explain this again, don't worry. What I've told you is b plus 2x slash x square. If my base is 100, which is 10 square, this is going to be the right hand side of my number. So let's say अगर मेरे को 106 का square निकालना होता, so my value of x is 6, because when I compare 106 with 100, I get a surplus of 6. So x square is 6 square. This is 100 plus twice of 6. So the right hand side is 36 and the left hand side is 112. So square of 106 comes out to be equal to 11236. Can someone mute their mic at the back? There's some distraction. Can you ask them to mute their mic?
Please mute your mic.
देखो, listen, मैं दोबारा करता हूँ. b plus 2x slash x square. अगर मेरे को 107 का, let me explain this.
Dhira sir, two things are there.
Right.
One is, sir, what should we do if we are trying to multiply 3 or more than 3 numbers using the best method? Another is the square of surplus will be the unit and tens digit, and the remaining will be the number plus the surplus. Please go ahead.
Okay, first of all, you cannot multiply more than 2 numbers by using base method of multiplication. And for the second solution, for the answer for the second question, please understand this again. b plus 2x slash x square, this is the right hand side of the answer and this is the left hand side of the answer. Please concentrate and then only you will be able to understand. Agar mere ko, or in this case my base is 100, which is 10 square, and we are trying to find square of any number from 76 to 125. So listen, अगर मेरे को 107 का स्क्वायर निकालना है तो मैं 107 को 100 से कंपेयर करता हूं, so I end up getting a surplus of 7. So my right hand side is 7 square. My left hand side is b, which is 100 plus twice into 7. So this is 49 on my right hand side and 114 on my left hand side, which is nothing but 11449. But I'm sure this, I don't want you to do it this way because again there's a lot of writing that has involved. आपको करना क्या है वो बहुत सिंपल है. जैसे अगर मैं आपको 108 का स्क्वायर निकालने के लिए बोलता हूं तो वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग दैट शुड कम इनटू योर माइंड इज दैट x is 8. So when you put in this formula, which is b plus 2x slash x square, 8 square is 64, 8 into 2 is 16 plus 8 is 116. So 108 का whole square is 11664. तो आपको क्या ध्यान रखना है? b plus 2x slash x square. Similarly, if I wanted to find 109 का whole square, under 109 को 100 से कंपेयर करोगे तो आपको x 9 मिलेगा. 9 square is 81. 9 into 2 is 18 plus 100 is 118. So your answer is 11881. You cannot do anything faster than this provided you have understood this. In case you haven't, let me take few other examples. But in the meanwhile, in case you can write yes or no, that will help me to make things more clear in the chat box.
They are writing yes, sir, got it, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, but there's one disclaimer to it. Let me explain that also. The form is b plus 2x slash x square, where in this case my base is 100, which is 10 square. अगर मैं 100 एंड देखो, अब मैंने बहुत लंबे लंबे मेथड कर दिए, मैं आपको एक ही बार लिख के बताऊंगा, उसके बाद देन एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी डन ओरली. अगर मेरे को 112 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 12. तो 12 स्क्वायर यहां आएगा, विच इज 144. 12 into 2 is 24 plus 100 is 124. But my answer is not 1241144. The reason being, when we are working on a base of 100, which is 10 square, you can only have 2 digits here. So this will be carry forward. So your answer will be 12544. I'll take another example. b plus 2x slash x square is the generalized form. अगर मेरे को 113 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो अगर मैं 100 से कंपेयर करता हूं तो राइट हैंड साइड तो x 13 आता है. So this is 13 square. This is 100 plus 2 into 13. 13 square is 169. 2 into 13 plus 100 is nothing but 126, because I cannot have anything more than 2 digits. So this will be carry forward and your answer will be 12769. But please don't write anything. दिमाग से करो. If I would have been there at your place, तो आपको कैसे करना है? Let's say whether I am able to get into your head and explain you this or not. Let's say अब आप अपना पेन पेपर साइड में कर दो और सोचो जैसे मैं आपको सोचने के लिए बोल रहा हूं. आपके दिमाग में केवल चलना चाहिए b plus 2x slash x square. अगर मैं आपसे बोलता हूं मेरे को 114 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग दैट शुड कम into your mind is 14. 14 square is 196. 96 retain on the right hand side and 1 will be carry forward. 2 into x, 2 into 14 is 28, plus 100 is 128, and 1 carry forward will give you your answer as 12996. 12996. दोबारा मैं आपको, I want to get into your head and want you to do it without using pen and paper. Let's say मेरे को
Many people are writing the answer 12996.
Very good.
57 people.
116. 16 square 256. 56 retain, 2 carry forward. 16 into 2 32 plus 2 carry forward. 134 56. Have you been able to understand? Are you able to do it without using pen and paper? Because that only, if you are able to do it without using pen and paper, then only the purpose of doing it this way is getting solved. In case there's an iota of doubt.
Should I tell the answer?
Yeah.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right.
Okay.
So please ask them, in case they are able, in case they are not able to do it without using pen and paper, then I want them to do it without using pen and paper. अगर वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं तो मैं उनको दोबारा बताता हूँ कि बिना pen and paper के कैसे करना है.
See, Mahima and other participants, Ashutosh and all, please try to understand, sir. Using pen, pencil, paper, calculator, we can win the world. The question is using your mind, our mind, doing nothing. Just put your hands behind your back, tie it with a rope, and imagine with your eyes and mind and give the answer. Is it okay? Please explain this one. Dikshaki Sengar is writing. Please explain this one. We are able to do with mind, sir. Sir, we are able to do it without pen and paper. We are able to do it. But one person is there, Dishakshi Sengar. For Dishakshi, kindly explain Dhirajji once more.
दिजाक्षी प्लीज कॉन्सेंट्रेट नाउ. मैं एक टिपिकल केस ले रहा हूं. मैं ले रहा हूं 121 का स्क्वायर. तो दिजाक्षी देखो, मैं आपको पूरा एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. अगर मैं इसको अपने बेस 100 से कंपेयर करता हूं तो मेरे को ये कितना बड़ा है? 121. तो आपका x का वैल्यू आ गया 21. तो आपका राइट हैंड साइड क्या होगा? 21 का स्क्वायर. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड क्या होगा? b विच इज 100 एंड 2 into x विच इज नथिंग बट 2 into 21. So 21 square is 441. 2 into 21 is 42. So this is 142 on the left hand side. But you cannot have more than 2 digits on the right hand side. So you will do a carry forward of 4 on the left hand side. So it will come out to be equal to 14641. But Dishakshi, this is only for understanding. But what I want you to do is that from now on, please try to concentrate and do it without using pen and paper. प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो कर लोगे। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अब मैं आपको ये बिना पेन पेपर के एक बताता हूं, आप कैसे सोचिए। मैं आपका थॉट प्रोसेस बदलना चाहता हूं। लेट्स से मेरे को 119 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो दिसाक्षी आपको पहले तो दिमाग में क्या आएगा, 19 का स्क्वायर क्या होता है 361, 19 इंटू 2 क्या होता है 38 प्लस 100 138 और 3 का कैरी फॉरवर्ड, तो यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा 141। तो आपका आंसर क्या आएगा 14161। दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट यू टू डू and this will only come with practice. Am I making sense? Am I clear to all of you?
We have a question,
Yeah.
another question.
Yeah.
Saying, sir, what if a number is less than the base?
Very good. Let me complete this. So I'm now taking a number which is less than my base.
Ayushi, so please pay attention. Sir is going to answer that question of yours.
Ayushi, as I said that this b plus 2x slash x square was applicable from numbers from 76 to 125. So I hope 100 से 125 onwards आप लोग को समझ में आ गया है। अब मैं थोड़ा नीचे जा रहा हूँ। तो दिसाक्षी, आई डोंट नो, आयुषी आपका नाम था ना, तो मान लेट से आयुषी मेरे को 92 का स्क्वायर, मेरे को 92 का स्क्वायर निकालना है। तो अगर मैं अपने बेस 100 से 92 को कंपेयर करता हूँ, so in this case I'll get a deficit of 8. So x in this case is 8. So this is minus 8 ka whole square, and the left hand side is 100 minus twice of 8. So minus 8 whole square you know is 64, and 100 minus 16 is nothing but 84. So your answer is 8464. I'll take another case. In case किसी को कोई confusion है तो मैं एक और केस लेता हूं। देखिए आपके दिमाग में जो चलना चाहिए वो चलना चाहिए b प्लस 2x स्लैश एक्स स्क्वायर, और कितना कम लिखो उतना अच्छा है। अगर मैं 91 का स्क्वायर बोलता हूं तो x का वैल्यू क्या है बताइए, -9। -9 का स्क्वायर कितना होता है 81, -9 इंटू 2 क्या होता है 18, 100 माइनस 18 कितना होता है 82।
8281. Right answer?
Yes.
Sir, you are teaching exceptionally well. Many of the people are writing such comments on the chat box. Sir, if we take 53,
Very
Punya
good.
is asking.
अच्छा, ये 76 से लेके 125 सबका क्लियर हो गया है। पहले आप ये बताइए मेरे को, मैं उसके बाद 25 टू 75 पे जाऊंगा। अगर किसी को क्वेश्चन है,
Yes.
किसी
People
को,
are writing yes, yes.
लेकिन मेरा सवाल अभी भी ये है कि पेन पेपर के बिना सबको क्लियर हो गया है या मेरे को एक और
Without pen and paper, yes or no? Yes, sir, very much clear.
विदाउट पेन एंड
Clear,
पेपर?
sir. Without pen and paper, please write on the chat box. Okay, absolutely.
ओके, विदाउट पेन एंड पेपर 82।
Okay. Okay, I would. Can I just talk for a minute?
Yes, yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Yes, I would now like to request Bakshi sir to discuss about the full-fledged program that we are very soon about to launch. You know, on Vedic maths and other calculation.
Let me take this case of 25 to 75 first, and then we can talk about it. Another 5 minutes in case.
Okay.
तो गाइज एक चीज मैं आपसे लास्ट करना चाहता हूं ताकि मेरे को कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाए कि आपको समझ में आ गया। मैं वो उसके बाद वो केस लूंगा। सुनिए, b प्लस 2x स्लैश एक्स स्क्वायर, अगर मेरा नंबर 87 है तो विदाउट यूजिंग पेन एंड पेपर व्हाट्स माय आंसर फास्ट? Write on the chat box fast.
Yes, sir, we are able to do without pen and paper.
What's the answer?
7569.
Very good. Okay. So is this clear to all of you without using pen and paper? Or you want me to again explain visually, make you visualize this? I can make it visualize this, and so that you'll be able to do it. मैं एक लास्ट केस ले लूं क्या, अगर किसी को कंफ्यूजन है तो?
Gunjan Jha writes understood. Ishan Mehta says no. He says no. Abdul Wahab says, sir, explain again. So Dheeraj ji, you must explain again.
Okay, now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. ये मैंने this again I want these people to do it without using pen and paper. ठीक है? सुनो अब मैं कैसे आपको सुनने के लिए, सोचने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ. Your thought process has to be now in sync with my thought process. Let's say my number is 88. So kitna, how much less? 12. Minus 12. What is minus 12 whole square? Plus 144. 44 retained, 1 carry forward. Left hand side mein minus 12 into 2 is 24. 100 minus 24 is 76. Plus 1 carry forward makes it 77. And right hand side is 44. So your answer is 7744. Aya, are you able to understand?
There are so many answers. Dheeraj, the 7744, Mahima, Jaishnav asked the question, and Avirup, and Manisha, Shalini, Sakshi, Shay, Gunjan, Devangsh, Avirup, Jaishnav, 7744.
Very good.
7744. I shall be able to do it without pen and paper, but need some practice.
Yes.
I am consuming some time. This is from the Sakshi Sanger. So if
this actually you need to practice, and I am very sure you will be able to handle it. Now let me move on to the range from 26 to 75. तो जिसने भी पूछा था 66 और 53 वो इसमें कवर हो जाएगा. Square of any number from 26 to 75. Listen guys, again I need your concentration. ध्यान से सुनना. In this case, my generalized form is 25 plus x slash x square, where x square is the right hand side of my answer, which is always a 2-digit number. This is always a 2-digit number. This is right hand side of an answer, this is left hand side of an answer. And definition of x is surplus or deficit when number is compared with 50. आपको नंबर को 50 से कंपेयर करना है. आई रिपीट, आपको नंबर को 50 से कंपेयर करना है. ठीक है, मैं दोबारा समझाता हूं. 25 प्लस एक्स स्लैश एक्स स्क्वेयर इज द जनरलाइज फॉर्म. तो अगर मेरे को यहां पे लिखता हूं 25 प्लस एक्स स्लैश एक्स स्क्वेयर. 25 प्लस एक्स इज द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑफ एन आंसर एंड दिस इज द राइट हैंड साइड ऑफ माई आंसर. अगर मेरे को 54 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो अगर आप 54 को 50 से कंपेयर करते हो, तो द वैल्यू ऑफ x दैट यू विल बी गेटिंग विल बी 4. सो दिस इज 4 स्क्वायर एंड दिस इज 25 प्लस 4. 4 स्क्वायर इज 16 and 25 plus 4 is 29. So your answer is 2916. As simple as that. I'll explain again. Don't worry. Listen, ये अनम्यूट कर दीजिए, मेरे को एक बार दोबारा समझाने दीजिए. The generalized form.
Everybody please unmute. Everybody please unmute.
25 plus x slash x square. This is the right hand side. This is the left hand side. X is surplus or deficit when the number is compared with 50. ठीक है, अगर मेरा नंबर 52 है,
पार्टिसिपेंट्स अपना वीडियो प्लीज बंद कर दीजिए. पार्टिसिपेंट्स अपने वीडियो फीड प्लीज ऑफ कर दीजिए. बहुत डिस्टरबेंस होता है, बैंडविड्थ कंज्यूम होता है.
अगर मेरा नंबर 52 है,
हम बार-बार रिक्वेस्ट करेगा,
अगर मेरे को 52 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो मैं 52 को 50 से कंपेयर करूंगा. तो वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 2. So this is 2 square. 2 square is 4, but I'll be writing this as 04 because I need to have 2-digit number here. And 25 plus 2 is 27. 2704 is nothing but 52 का whole square. As simple as that. अगर ये 53 होता, तो आप 53 को 50 से कंपेयर करोगे तो आपको मिलेगा 3. 3 square is 9. Write this as 09. 25 plus 3 is 28. Your answer is 2809. अगर आपका नंबर 54 है, तो 54 minus 50 is 4. 4 square is 16 and 25 plus 4 is 29. Your answer is 2916. समझ में आ रहा है? Please ask them whether they have understood this or not, so that I can take some typical cases also then.
2916 is the answer. Yes sir is the answer. Completely yes. Yes sir. So you can go ahead.
Okay, very good. So guys listen, मैंने आपको क्या बोला? 25 plus x slash x square. where this is the right hand side of the answer and this is the left hand side of the answer, and x is surplus or deficient when the number is compared with 50. I repeat 50. तो अगर मेरा नंबर 62 है, मेरे को 62 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो मैं 62 को 50 से कंपेयर करूंगा, तो मेरे को x का वैल्यू मिलेगा 12. So my right hand side is 12 square and this is 25 plus 12. Now you know that 25 square is 144. So 44 will be retained and 1 will be carry forward. 25 plus 2, sorry, plus 12 plus 1 will come out to be equal to 38. So your answer is 3844. Understood this? Understood this? Or if you want me to take another example, please ask them in case they want me to take another example. Please ask them in case they want to take, they want me to take another example.
They are writing, yes sir, clear. Okay. No sir, it's clear. No sir, it's clear. Sir, one more. Rakshita says one more. Another people understood, sir. No sir.
One more example. Okay. Which is less than 100. 25 plus x slash x square. Let's say मेरे को 46 का स्क्वायर निकालना है. तो अगर मैं 50 से कंपेयर करता हूँ 46 को, the value of x comes out to be -4. So -4 का whole square is 16 on the right hand side, and 25 minus 4 is nothing but 21. So 46 square is 2116. I hope now this is clear to all of you. So guys, listen. There are umpteen number of tricks and techniques. I am not restricting yourself only from 1 to 125. I can even make you find the square of a number like 1012 whole square or 10013 whole square and so on and so forth. So everything is interconnected and everything is logical. In fact, there are so many other techniques of finding squares, square root, cube root.
Please explain 62 again. Please explain 62 again.
I'll do that. Don't worry. 25 plus x slash x square. This is the right hand side and this is the left hand side. If my number is 62, so I have to compare number with 50. So if I compare 62 with 50, I end up getting a surplus of 12. So my right hand side is equal to 12. So this is 12 square. And left hand side is 25 plus 12. Plus 12 ka whole square is plus 144. 25 plus 12 is 37. And a carry forward of 1 will give you 3844.